Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today I am reviewing the second half of Big City Greens season 3 episode 12, right? Yeah, episode 12. And this one is called oh, sorry, the episodes were getting mixed up in my head. Okay. The episode is called Homeward, Hound. And I just want to get this out of the way. I meant to record this and post this yesterday, but there was something like the process of editing the first half took longer than I realized. Sometimes that happens with episodes. It's kind of rare, so I don't know, for some reason it just took longer than anticipated. And also, while editing it, something happened with my laptop, and something's still kind of happening to it. And I'm just trying to figure out like if it's an update I made to it, and it's kind of like this is like a new update feature. This is super cool, and for me, it's kind of like I don't want to say an inconvenience or anything, but it's kind of strange. I, 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 I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. But so I'm definitely getting this review done, and hopefully later tonight I'll get my movie review done for Thor: Love and Thunder. If I can't, I guess I have to be pushed back, but um, you know. But I definitely want to get the second half done. Okay, so is that everything want to get out of the way before I begin the review? Yeah, I believe it's everything. Okay, so without any further ado, let's get on with the review. And which is pretty cool. This episode is a sequel to I might have the episode title wrong, but I believe it's called Animal Farm, right? I'm trying not to confuse with like the novel Animal Farm, but I'm pretty sure the episode is called that. And that was actually an episode in season 1. So naturally we're getting a sequel in season 3. And pretty cool that we have the A plot basically with Phoenix, Queen Phoenix, the dog, Brenda the cow, and Melissa the goat. So we had those 3 characters. Oh, and what's his name? Copper the evil rooster. And we had the B plot with Gloria and Alice. And obviously we have like some other characters kind of like they're there, but like, they're not like main characters basically. But we basically start with Cricket, Remy, and like playing with Phoenix, and how Cricket's and Remy's like, oh wow, remember? Oh wait, I'm sorry, wait. Remy's asking like Cricket, like Cricket, since you told me that you had Phoenix ever since you were like such a little kid, because remember back in season 1, before Nancy went back into the Green's lives basically, and she got back from jail. That was episode season 1, where Cricket was telling Remy the story of how he got Phoenix in the first place. That the barn got burned down by a lightning storm, and there was a puppy in that fire, but she miraculously survived. So, and she was covered in soot, but Nancy washed her, and it turns out she was orange. So since she survived the fire, it's kind of like a phoenix being burnt in the ashes and being it was being burned by fire, being reborn in the ashes, kind of thing. So I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, Cricket's had Phoenix for like a long time, so we kind of bring that up again, and it's like, oh yeah, like not only Phoenix is old, she's really wise, and she's such a good leader, and she knows how to retrieve things, just like a good dog would. You're such a good girl. And so like so they're playing with Phoenix and stuff, and oh yeah, she sometimes brings things that are supposedly dead, and she's touching like a mouse, but it turns out it's alive. Then Tilly comes in, and she says, Saxon's gone. And then Greg said, what are you talking about? He's right there. I didn't like this joke because, I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking that Cricket and Remy are too smart for their own good. Because when you're looking at this is basically a bag, but it has this leaf for a mustache, it gets blown away. They're like, but I guess it's it's kind of like how you would say like, oh, people are kind of really stupid how they would think, Clark Kent and Superman are not the same person, because Clark Kent is Superman, but just with glasses on, basically. And I know other people say like, oh, like, the mannerisms and the shoulders slouching, but that's a discussion for another time. That's not what I'm trying to talk about. What I'm trying to talk about is that, how did they know this is accent? It's a bigger bag, green mustache. Like, I think they should have realized that it should have been like a situation where, and it's okay to go into serious situations. Like, the Greens have done it before, so it's okay. Where it's saying that, like, oh, maybe they're pretending this thing is Saxon. It's like, oh, we knew Saxon was gone for days, but we didn't know how to tell you, just because we know that you have such an attachment to him, and we don't know where he is, and we tried to track it down, and like nothing. And maybe he's in big city, uh, but if we're gonna go back to big city, that means we had to alert mom, dad and grandma, mom and dad, to go back to a big city. But then that will alert you. Then you'll find out. So maybe they could have done something like that, where they try to find Saxon on their own, maybe, instead of just doing a joke like, oh, we thought that was Saxon, when it's clearly not. Like, come on, let's not do the Clark Kent Superman type of thing. So I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. So, and they're like, whoa, I thought that was Saxon. But, Tilly's like, oh, I can't believe, Saxon's gone. And then Cricket and Remy are obviously there for her. Like, don't worry, Tilly, we're going to figure this out. But come on, let's get you inside. Maybe give you some tea so you can calm down. And then, obviously, Phoenix is kind of like, oh, the poor. And obviously, they're the way to talk to, like, blah, 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 blah. I'm think I'm kind of getting used to it now. I remember when I talked about my review of Animal Farm in season 1, I was kind of saying, I don't really like how to the animals, the humans are like blah 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 blah, even though Phoenix can obviously hear Cricket say, "Oh, Phoenix, here, girl." So she's obviously hearing something. Maybe she's seen this type of emotion, because if you're saying, like, if you have a dog named Sparky, say, "Hey, Sparky, come here." Obviously, the dog's hearing Sparky, right? I don't know. Just like I said with the previous episode, I would say that the dog should be hearing the humans speak, but they don't hear the animals. The humans don't hear the animals. I think that should have been better. Just because how did he say, "Hey, Phoenix, here, girl"? Like, how is she hearing that? Who knows? um, Again, I'm kind of getting used to it now. I'm not trying to hold too much of a grudge. I just kind of, I wish it was different. But again, Phoenix hearing the blah blah blahs, and Phoenix, oh, the poor girl child is like, oh, like, I'm supposed to be a queen to all my subjects, and that includes the children. And you know how dogs always try to protect the babies and the children and stuff, so it's kind of like their territory. And it's, oh, I assumed that I saw the Saxon companion when we left the scary woman's house, and we see Bill's telling Tilly, "Oh, Tilly, come here." Like we're packing stuff, and Tilly's carrying a whole bunch of boxes. Saxon actually fell off the package, and went in between the stairs, and Phoenix actually saw that. And if you actually remember, spoilers for what was it called? Oh, Countryside. Spoilers for that. I'm gonna talk about it a little bit. Where at the end, when Tilly when she finally moved into like her own room, Tilly basically said, like, "Oh, I wonder where Saxon is." Like, "Oh, but I'll finish packing tomorrow." So I guess Tilly's like officially done packing, but she went through all of her stuff. Everything's on the shelves and stuff. Everything's in her drawers. Well, maybe not everything. Maybe it might be like a few things. Maybe, I mean, we don't personally know, but I'm assuming everything's unpacked. So obviously, she would have found Saxon if she went through all of her stuff, or she didn't find it, and she didn't find them. So that's pretty cool that we go back to like that episode, like where we kind of left off with that, where Saxon, and now we know he's back at Big City. And Phoenix obviously, oh, I better warn the children because I figured out where Saxon is. And obviously, like, bark, 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 because they don't understand. And he's like, oh, we'll pay later, Phoenix. We need to take care of Tilly. Sorry, excuse me. And if he's like, no, children, you must listen to me. And she's like, drat. And then Melissa and Brenda come, and they're like, oh, we heard everything. And it's like, oh, we can help you. And it's like, obviously Phoenix is trying to break it down nicely to them, saying like, oh, like, oh, you gals, oh, I appreciate it, but you two are, and they smiled. Or she doesn't want to say dumb, stupid. You're new to the farm. I'm like, how new are they? Because we knew them ever since early season 1, like as the animals, where we knew Brenda the cow and Melissa the goat. They didn't talk or anything. We didn't have the animal farm episode until like later season 1, but still we knew their names and stuff. So I mean, Miss Brenda and Melissa. So how new are they? Or maybe Phoenix was just lying, which it happens. um. So what happens next? It's like, oh, you're new to the farm, and I will be, as your queen, I will be concerned with your safety, and I can't let anything get in the way of my mission of retrieving the Saxon companion for the small girl child. And they're like, they're kind of listening, but they kind of still want to go with her. And she's like, oh, I'll see you guys later. Then we get Copper. Copper's back. I'm glad that he's a villain of this episode, because I thought he was a good villain of the Animal Farm episode. I don't think I was too much of a big fan of the. I'm not gonna talk about it, but like the B, the B plot of the episode with Bill and this other guy at like the farmers market. Again, I'm not gonna talk about it. You can watch my review. I forgot what I really said in that review in that half, with that B storyline. But I'm not sure if I liked it too much. But I definitely like the A plot and B plot in this episode way better. It's really good. And we have Copper say, oh, Queen Phoenix. It's like, oh, Copper, well, what do you want? And so like, it's like, oh, it's time for a new revolutionary. It's like, oh, you're keeping all the glory for yourself, huh? Queen Phoenix always playing the hero, huh? And she's like, this isn't about me, Copper. It's about the small girl child. And he's like, oh, this doesn't concern you. And then he's like, oh, we'll see about that. And he's like, Bakak. And Phoenix goes on a journey, but we actually get to a B plot where we get back to Big City. Hooray! And we have Gloria. She came back from her shift of Gloria plus Green Cafe, and she's like, Alice, are you home? So, oh, she's probably just taking out. She kicks off her shoes, and like nicely, and she goes on to the couch, face planting, like, oh, I'll just talk to her in the morning. And Gloria just gets waked up by music and is like, what's that? And she goes to the other room and you see Alice is like wearing like disco wear. I was like, you going to the club or something? And Alice, what are you doing? It's oh, hey girlfriend. And Gloria's like, what? And then she's like, get your dancing shoes on. Like wear this dress. And she's like, oh, okay. Gloria wants to know what's going on. And she puts on the dress and she's like, oh, you're silent now, Gloria. She's like, I don't know about this. Alice is just this dress. I don't know. It's like not really like me. I don't know. This color orange. I think she worn this color orange before, like on a T-shirt. It really worked with that. On a dress, not so much. I don't know. Maybe other people love it. Maybe just like a different color. I don't know. She's like, I don't know about this. I thought, oh, just because you're not wearing dance shoes on. And it's kind of like, I'm not sure if this was a thing back in disco ages where they had like a water feature in the shoes, because otherwise why would they put this? And I was like, oh, I guess the guppies aren't looking too good, and they're like dead fish or skeletons in there. And obviously Gloria's trying to walk in them because they're hard to walk in. And it's like, oh, she's putting her lipstick. It's, oh, since the family is out in the country, it's time for girls' night out since it's just us gals. And Gloria's like, oh, Alice isn't like usually her usual grumpy self. I'm fine with it. So they go to the club. And we get back to the A plot where we have Phoenix and she's at a train station actually. And she's like, I'm stealth. No one can see me. She goes in her newspaper. She sneaks onto the train and she goes next to someone's like suitcase on the floor. And she's like, I'll be back in Big City in no time, and I'll get this Saxon companion and I'll retrieve it. And the girl child will be happy and everything will be good. And we'll be here to help you. Phoenix is like, what? The way when Phoenix looked up, it makes sense why you would see Melissa and Miss Brenda from like this angle where their nose, nostrils are like really huge. It just looks disgusting, really weird. But it's from a dog's perspective. When they're laying down and they're really massive, so it makes sense. They're like, ugh. And they're like, what are you doing? You need to hide. They're like, oh, we wanted to help you. Like, yeah, I told you not to help me. Oh, we came anyway. Ugh, well, what did you dummies? Is you gotta hide. And he's like, we'll be caught and then we'll be thrown out, and that's good. And it's like, no, that's really bad. You got to hide. It's all hide and seek. Oh my goodness, you dummies! I'm not understanding. And so so like they're trying to hide, not doing too good of a job. Oh, even Melissa's trying to, like, oh, she's not understanding. She's biting into some girl's headphones, and Phoenix grabs her by the tail and she's like, Melissa, stop it. And we get back to the B plot where they go to the club, and it's actually the same club of I forgot the name of the episode, but Gloria was trying to make friends with these Katies. They say, oh, Katie with an I, Katie with a Y, Katie with an E. It's like those different type of Katies. And Tilly and Andromeda actually came to bond with Gloria and be like one of the quote unquote one of the girlfriends, the group basically. And that was a pretty good episode. So we had to go back to that same club. I'm not sure if we came back here after that episode. I forgot what. Oh, Clubbed. That was the name of the episode. Clubbed. I'm not sure if we ever came back here after that. This could be a sequel for that too. Huh. The sequel to Animal Farm and the sequel to Clubbed. Pretty cool. So we basically have them, jamming and stuff, and it's like, oh, Alice, like, what's going on? I've never seen you this pumped before. It's like, oh, nothing's happening to me. And it's like, oh, hit me with some of that juice, and then Gloria's like, yeah, woo, party. And they're dancing, and Alice is she's actually kind of strange, but she's just having a good time, so why question it? And we get back to the A plot, and Melissa. And actually, Melissa's actually doing a pretty good job. And Miss Brenda's for the last time, Miss Brenda, you gotta find a hiding place. I don't know where to go. And Melissa's like, oh, Brenda, it's easy. I found a place. And Melissa, since she's a small goat, she actually fits in between these two suitcases. They're like, well, not really suitcases, but like they're like gym bags basically. And she's like, I fit like just fine. So yeah, Melissa found a hiding spot. Miss Brenda, you decided to come on board, so you better hide. She goes into the bathroom, like, oh my goodness, what if someone goes in there? And then she gets and obviously Miss Brenda's like, well, way she was standing up, is like, okay, like, I guess it's gonna work. They're going to a big city together. What then? Is Copper coming? Like, I had a bunch of like, not big theories, but like questions like what's gonna happen. Then Miss Brenda has to touch the toilet paper. She touches the toilet paper. It gets all wrapped around her. Oh, Queen Phoenix, help! And the piece of toilet paper gets sucked into the airplane's not airplane. What's wrong with me? The train's toilet, and it's an automatic toilet, so it gets sucked in. And the way the toilet looks when Miss Brenda her quote unquote animal instincts, like she's kind of dumb. The perception is the toilet's kind of evil, and it's kind of sucking her in, and she's like, ah! And then she goes out, and she knocks on the door. Melissa goes down because of the vibration. Even Queen Phoenix's newspaper went off, and they're like, what's going on? Everyone was, even not the conductor, but one of the workers of the train. It's like, hey, you're not supposed to be here. You don't have a ticket, and also animals are not supposed to be here. Get out! And they get kicked out. Oh, Queen Phoenix, oh, we're sorry. What are we gonna do now? It's like, I think I should never let you allow me to help me. I told you to stay back, and I knew something was gonna go wrong. I had to look after you guys, and I couldn't fend for myself, because if there was like a human riot or something going on, Phoenix was able to hide, and until she went to big city, then she would try to escape it. But your animals, I had to go with you. I had to be out here, and Phoenix actually does I don't want to say reckless, but I guess she has kind of confidence or maybe Phoenix was kind of thinking, I'll get Saxon, then I'll come back here, and then we'll all go back to the country, to the Greens farm, like together from there. It's like, you stay here, I'm gonna go get Saxon, but we want to help. Like, you helped enough, I'm going. And they're like, oh, guess we messed up. And then we get back to the B plot where Gloria's kind of saying, oh, our dance was so sweaty. She's wiping the sweat off, and then she's like, is it, hey, is that your old lady over there? And Alice is like doing stuff. She's killing the vibe, and she's like, oh boy, I'll handle it. Oh, she's even looking. Oh no, sorry. I was gonna say that she's looking at Pinstagram, but that's later. So Gloria's like, hey, Alice, want to come over here? Said like, oh, well, we're having a good time. Like, what's going on with you? Like, you're kind of bothering everybody here. Oh, they just don't know how to have a good time. Like, I'm partying, woohoo! And Gloria doesn't really know what to say. I mean, she can't really like stop her. So Gloria's trying to talk to her. It's like, oh, like, what was I supposed to do? And she's kind of thinking, whoa, what's going on with her? Like, she's not really like listening to reason. And we get back to the A plot where Phoenix get back to she's actually smelling it. The dog knows how to track, and I really like that. Like, oh, like what was it? Fertilizer, coffee grounds, oil. Is that? Oh, we're here. I made it. She goes through Cricket's secret hiding spot, and then she was actually looking for Saxon through like the stairs, but it's not there. Well, what happened? And you see Saxon in the spotlight. I'm like, okay, something's gonna happen. Well, why is he there? Did Gloria and Alice just put him on the spotlight? That wouldn't make any sense. And this one I didn't like because again, animation error. You could have easily just put the string because obviously he's like, oh, Saxon, I found you. Then when she going to go get him, she trips over like a piece of string that activates like a tripwire to put like a lettuce crate over Phoenix basically, so she can be trapped. But when you look a couple frames like before, there was no string there. So how did the string magically appear? Again, it's just a nitpick. It's just a nitpick. Like, yeah, I'm not trying to be like overly nitpicky, but come on, to just have the string there. It was like where I was like we could use our brain saying like, why is that string there? Did the copper come? Like, did Alice or Cricket put like for traps for like animals, wild animals that are not there, and they could possibly come in or something? Like we could say like, oh, maybe it's copper, and then we learn, oh, it's copper, but no, like it wasn't there for a second, and now it's there. Like I don't know. I just think it should have been there. I don't know. It's just me. And they said, oh, copper, you scoundrel. Oh, scoundrel, I am a hierarchy for revolution. It's like, oh, you're a disgrace. I'm a disgrace. I'm a disgrace. I like Copper. He's great. He's a good villain. It's like, he even kind of makes a good point. Like, oh, you just had the glory all to yourself, huh? Where's Miss Brenda and Melissa? She's like, oh man, I did leave them alone, didn't I? Oh, you should feel ashamed of yourself. And Phoenix does feel a little bit guilty, actually. So I'm not saying Copper's 100% right, but he does kind of have a point. Like, Phoenix, you kind of had to be the hero all on your own. Obviously, she did have reasons that she was frustrated with Miss Brenda and Melissa. That obviously maybe Copper like doesn't fully realize. I don't think he would care if he would know, but like, you know. So obviously Phoenix is kind of feeling guilty, and it's like, oh, poor the sack man. I'm gonna blame this on you. It's like, oh, they'll be devastated to know that Phoenix, the Queen Phoenix, destroyed it. Well, I haven't touched them yet. It's like, oh, everyone knows how the rooster can always blame the destruction on the house dog, and he's pecking at it, and he's like, no, stop, Copper. And he's like, oh, well, keep going. He does it, but he doesn't do it fully because Melissa and Miss Brenda come back. They came back, and it's like, oh, like, you guys came back. It's like, yeah, we told you we wanted to help. It's like, oh, after all, it was such a pill to you. Like, we said we wanted to help. We're gonna help you. And she's, oh, you guys, I like them. They're dummies, but they didn't want to help. I love it. And he's like, oh, like, you imbeciles, like, you can't even fathom what I could do to you. Oh, you have feather brains? Yeah, feather brains. And Melissa, charges at him. Oh, you missed. I wasn't aiming for you. Oh, Melissa actually just maybe has some smarts after all. And she bashes the crate. And then, oh, Phoenix is free. They freed the queen. And it's like, oh, Miss Brenda, you won't attack me with your mighty cake because one swipe of my talent. But Copper's busy monologuing, and Miss Brenda kicks him, and like, they defeat Copper. And it's like, oh, Queen Phoenix, did you good job? And it's like, yeah, you guys did a good job. I'm proud of you, both of you. Thank you for your help. And that was good that the animals got to help her. And she realized a value in Miss Brenda, Melissa, and how she appreciates her help. I love it. And then we basically get back to the B plot where Gloria's looking at Instagram and saying that, like, oh, like, I'm brushing my pearly whites. What was it? Funky grandma, 1, 2, 3 followed you, and she's like, what? That's so weird. About tell me more. It's just like, oh, I'm brushing my brother. What? She's brushing her dentures, and oh, I'm pinching Xavier's cheeks, and it's like, oh, why do you seem so familiar? Like, oh, like, have you ever been to Whittling? Oh, she misses Bill. She misses her family. It's like, you're my granddaughter. Oh, I'll call you Xavier, and I forgot the girl's name. Oh, was it Debbie? I forgot. And he's like, and Xavier's like, I like cookies. um, and then she kind of takes her outside and saying like, hey, Alice, when they're on the way home, Alice is like, oh, I kind of threw out my back, like, oh, whew, I think I partied too hard. And Gloria's like, yeah, that's why I usually stay home, and that's why you usually stay home too. Like, what's going on with you? It's just like, oh, nothing. And I love Gloria and Alice's relationship. I love it. Like, are you sure? Like, you seem kind of sad. Like, I'm not sad. And she's, oh, okay. But hey, if you ever want to visit your family in the country, I can hold down things here. I can hold down the fort. If you miss them or whatever. It's like, miss them? I lived without them for years, but if I did miss them, what am I supposed to do? Just chase after them after they just left? But it's like, yeah, how long have they been gone? Like, I would say a couple days to maybe a week, but I think less than a week. Like, half a week, I would say, maybe? Half a week to a week, but no longer than that. And this episode is kind of like sequels of different things. We have a sequel to Animal Farm, we have a sequel to Clubbed, and we have a sequel to what was it called? It was episode of season 1 where Alice wanted peace and quiet, because ever since you guys moved in, I would never get peace. And when they were gone, she was just miserable and she was just lonely. I forgot that. I forgot the episode title. I can't believe I forgot. Maybe it'll come back later, but I forgot. But that episode was pretty good. And they go back in. It's like, what the heck was Bill's animals doing here? They see Phoenix, Miss Brenda, and Melissa there. What are they doing here? And Gloria's like, weird. And Gloria has an idea. She's like, well, I guess someone has to bring the animals back because they just can't stay here. And like, I mean, I guess they could. Like, they'd been here for like a couple years. And I was like, oh, who's gonna bring them back? And I was like, I guess I just had to call a service or something. That could take a while. He's like, oh, it could be me. Oh, way to go, Alice. And we get back to Tilly, where the bag that Cricket and Remy mistook for Saxon for some reason. She's changing it to like Baxon. Oh, do you like your tea, Baxon? And Baxon just wishes away. And like, oh, I knew Baxon was just a plain imitation to like a backup. Oh, it would never be better than like Taxi shows up, and we have Phoenix come out of it with Saxon. Oh, Saxon, is it really you? And Tilly's so happy, she's crying. Oh, and it's like, oh, Phoenix, Miss Brenda, Melissa, you 3 gals are my heroes. And then Bill, Nancy, Cricket, and Remy come out, and it's like, oh, Tilly, what's going on? Oh, Papa, look, the animals and Phoenix brought Saxon back. And then Alice comes out. That's not the only thing that they brought. And like, Grandma, and Bill's like, oh, hey, Mom, what are you doing here? And he's like, oh, your dang animals showed up at my house. I had to bring them all the way back here. Like, you're welcome. Oh, yeah, thanks, Ma. But if you just came here to bring the animals, like, why is all your stuff here? And she's like, I thought I was safe for a while. And she's like, oh, here's your tip. And it's only like a penny or something. And it's like, now who's going to show me to my room? And that's the end of the episode. Yeah, let's see. What is my final score for the episode? 90%. I thought this was a fantastic episode. Again, only like nitpicky things. Just why did Remy and Cricket think that this obviously bigger bag was Saxon? Like, they legitimately believed it. That was one thing. And also just the string. A couple of frames before, I just would like to see the string so we could think like, why's that string there? Like because whatever. Those are really the only like 2 things really. But like, this was a fantastic episode. So let's see. I'm trying to think. Was the first half? What was the first half I gave it? Was it 80 or 85? It was 80, right? Yeah. So the first half, Farmer Remy, that was 80%. That was a good episode, and this was a 90%, and this is a fantastic episode. So, overall episode 12, 85%. B plus. Yeah, I thought this was a great episode overall. And everyone, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, give me a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to share the video, and I'll see you guys maybe later tonight for my full review of Thor: Love and Thunder, Thor 4. If not, that will come in a later date. I'm not sure when. I thought I would get it done last week. Last weekend I thought I would get it this weekend, but I don't know. So it might be delayed again, but who knows? Maybe I'll get it done tonight. But yeah, I'll see you guys later tonight, or what episode? I'm trying to think if I'm going back to like a different show or not, but no. I'll see you guys for Tuesday for Big City Greens season 3 episode 13, which is Pie Off, and I forgot the second half, but I'm pretty sure Pie Off is like the first one. Maybe Montage is the second half, but I'm not sure. So yeah, I'll see you guys here later today or Tuesday for that. Okay. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Everyone, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell. Give me a big thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to share the video. Don't forget to check out my community posts and my mini reviews. And I'll see you guys here later tonight for Thor: Love and Thunder, my full review of that, or Tuesday for Big City Greens season 3 episode 13, Pie Off and Montaged. And I'll see you guys later. See you guys that day for that. Okay. Bye.